Hi there, Loy Machedo. Speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay, for this video, I've written a couple of notes, and the reason why I've written notes is because there were a lot of thoughts for me to read. So in case you see me looking here, I'm referring my notes. Okay, now I had created a video. I'll give you the exact reference where I spoke about my advice to women, or rather, it is why do some females never find true love and remain single forever? Video 6089. Okay. I didn't think much about that video. I normally as of now, 18th October, I got 1,027 views. Not much. But I managed to get 32 comments. Okay, I know. You'll be like, that's nothing. But for my channel, if anything crosses 1,000 views, that means it's slightly a decent video. And anything crosses more than 10 comments that means people have interest. So this one is 1,027 views and 32 comments. Now, this actually wasn't something big for me, but rather it was the personal messages that I received. And to my surprise, I got quite a number of personal messages, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and one or two emails. Okay. And to my surprise, it was from people that I know. It's from people that I deal with and I've known, or some who are even close to me. So that was really surprising for me, that people who I know are actually writing to me about a video which was like, I didn't make it based on them. Okay. But they felt that I was talking about them. And that immediately, it's not that I'm dumb. It's not that I don't know why they got in touch with me, but it just made me like, bloody hell. They not only, they watch my videos, but it did impact them. Now, I'll give you just the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different kinds of females. I'm not giving their specific identity who actually stood out. One was a female in her 40s who's working at a C level. Okay, your C level means she's working like a CEO or at that level. Okay, very successful 40-year-old. She was not very happy with my video. Single mother, two of them, who are in their 50s. Okay, who have children, who have chosen not to get married because not only the children, they just couldn't get along. Okay, they send me a message. I have a young female who's in her 20s who looks up to me for advice. She felt I was talking about her, which I wasn't. Then you have a female who's in her 30s who's taking care of the family. She's not married and she doesn't have time for these relationships. She felt that, were you referring to me? Then there's a female in Pakistan who has had 2 failed marriages. One, both her husbands cheated her. One not only cheated but abused her. She sent me a message. Then there was a female in India whose marriage, after it broke up, she decided not to, hunt for another one. So she kind of felt, are you talking about people like us? And finally, there is a female. She didn't get offended, but she has a PhD. She has a very successful career. She's very rich, all self-made, not sugar daddy, nothing. So she was just like, Loy, I chose to be single. I choose to be single. So does that make me dumb or whatever? So because of these large number of, you see diverse, they're all diverse. So the problem is, if I speak to one, I have to speak at length. This is the reason I'm making this video, to answer all of them. Okay. Now, I'll answer it and I want you to give me your opinion. Am I making sense or am I not making sense? Okay. Now, this is where I'm actually going to refer my notes. Now, consider this. Okay. Consider this. A statement. I say tattooed people. Now, by default, when I say tattooed people, me. So if there was something tattooed people, automatically I would read it, tattooed people, because I feel, they're talking about people like me. Now, if they say tattooed people are smart, they look evil, but they are not. They are judged, but they are not what you judge them to be. I'll feel good. Oh, tattooed people they may not look smart, but they're smart. Of course. I don't look smart, but I'm very smart. Oh, people judge them as evil, but they do a lot of good. Of course, of course. See, now someone is saying something good about me. Great. But if someone were to say tattooed people are highly insecure, they suffer from a trauma, and they want to get this tattoo to stand out because they're begging and desperate for attention. Now, someone like me who has gone through the process of self discovery, for me, it'll be like, of course, there's an element of truth in it. It is true, at least in my case. But if you ask somebody who is a guy, a hippie, or who's cool, who's into the club scene, say, what the fuck are you talking, man? I'm insecure. What part insecure? I just like to enjoy my life. I want to have a good time. And then someone can say, what about Post Malone? He's a singer. You are trying to say that he's insecure. Sylvester Stallone got a tattoo. You're trying to say he's insecure. Okay? So I give you the first example. Consider the second one. Bodybuilders or people who go to the gym. Now, automatically, I used to go to the gym. Okay? I go to the gym even right now. I try to keep fit. So I will identify myself bodybuilders. Me. Then if the statement say bodybuilders are very focused, they want self-improvement, they take care of their health, I'll say yes, yes, yes. I want to be in shape. I want to be confident. I want to improve. That shows, wow. Okay. But now if they say bodybuilders, and this has happened with Richard Dawkins, he said bodybuilders suffer from psychological issues, especially bigorexia. There's actual scientific term where they want to be big and they want to show. And people, especially bodybuilders, they have that fear of bully and they have insecurity. That's why they want to be big and show the world, look, I don't have to be afraid. Now, a typical bodybuilder who's doing in the gym, what the fuck are you talking, man? Bigorexia and all that shit. Or another guy who's working out, insecure, me insecure, what the fuck are you talking? They would not take it lightly. Now, is there an element of truth in it? 100%. Last example, okay? Now, I said about tattooed people, you agreed. I said about bodybuilders, you agreed. Single women. Now, if I say single women are all the single women, yeah, you're talking about me, single women? Okay. If I say single women have emotional and mental, you'll be like, emotional, mental what? Fortitude, strength. Women, the single women, yes, you're right. We single women fight in a man's world. We single women have to take responsibility of our personal, our emotional problems ourselves. We don't go around sharing. Yes, you're right. We single women have our own identity. We are not depending on a man for a man's name. And single women all will agree. So I said single women, all of them, single women said yes, have mental and emotional, you are paying attention, fortitude. Yes. But on the same statement, if I say single women, yes, single women, they'll all listen, have mental and emotional, you'll be like, what? Issues. I replace the word fortitude, strength, the complement, with issues, problem. Now, all of a sudden, the women will be like, excuse me, what do you mean? What the hell do you know? Are you trying to generalize all of us? Are you trying to put all of us in the same boat? Are you trying to say that we are like this or we are like that? There are so many successful women. Oh, this woman was single and she achieved greatness. That woman is a CEO. That you get what I'm saying? So now the question is there an element of truth? Is there an element of truth in the plus and the minus? Plus also there's an element of truth. Minus also there's an element of truth. It's not that one is yes and other is totally no. There is element of truth everywhere. So that is why when I made that video, single women, all the single women, single ladies, that Beyonce song. And then they were like, what is he saying? They paid attention to what it. So when I said something that was not so pleasing to the ears, they didn't like it. Now, I'm not saying all the women, I'm saying some women. Okay. Now, here's my question to the women who did feel bad. Okay. And this is not me trying to shove my opinion. It's rather a conversation that way. Number one, why? Why did you identify yourself with the opinion that I stated? Why? Is it because you're single? Or is it because you didn't like what I said? And if I didn't like, why? Means I was not talking about you specifically. You remember I gave you the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 examples, 7, 8 examples I gave you, different women. It could have been about anyone. But why did you identify you? He's talking about me. You remember what I said? Tattooed people, bodybuilders, and exercise. So, okay. Next one is you reaching out to me, or you feeling bad, or you reaching out to anyone. What is the purpose that you try to do it? Like, why would, or if you are trying to debate or discuss or disagree with someone, why you are trying to do that? What are you trying to prove to the world, or who are you trying to prove? Are you trying to prove to the world, excuse me, I'm not like this? Or are you trying to prove it to yourself? No, no, no. I'm not like what he said I am. In fact, let me tell you my own struggle. When I was hardcore into bodybuilding and I read and I heard that statement, and Richard Dawkins, my favorite author, said bodybuilders suffer from bigorexia, I was not happy about it because he's my favorite author and he's saying we have insecurity, we want to show big. At that point of time, I said, no, he's wrong. But today, in hindsight, when I think back at it, I'm like, there's an element of truth in it. In fact, when I was getting my tattoos and people said, these are mentally unstable people, emotionally unstable, I didn't like it. You think I liked it? I was like, fuck you, man. What shit are you talking? I just want to. Today, in hindsight, when I look at it, yes, I was doing it for attention. I was. That's a fact. And if you go down even further down the rabbit hole, yes, it stemmed from lack of proper upbringing because I was yearning for that attention. Now, I'm not trying to say that this is because of, I have this one, you also. No, I'm just saying my self-realization. Okay. Then the third thing I think is a question that I have to ask people is, why does anyone's opinion matter? I'm 100% sure you'll say, well, I don't give a damn about anyone's. No, you do. You do. You do give a damn about people's opinion. We are not human beings who are like completely shut off from the world. If we don't care about anyone's opinion, no compliment would matter, no insult would matter. Then you'll say, it's only the people who matter to me, I take their opinion. I'm sorry, but people's opinions matter, especially who are within your circle. In your circle, your colleagues, you might say, I don't care a damn. Then it'll affect your growth in the company. You'll say, oh, I don't care what others think. Well, if your boss has a bad opinion, you're not going to grow. If your parents have a bad opinion, you'll not have peace of mind. If your brothers, sisters don't have good opinion about you, your relationship will always have headaches. Your spouse, your children, your community that you stay, it does matter. If it didn't matter, we could go around walking naked and just flash our private parts to everyone. It doesn't matter. No, can do whatever you want. No, it does matter. We as social beings are living in a community, country, in a society. It does matter. Who are we trying to fool ourselves? If that was the case, then you can go dress up shabby. Why do people even look sexy or try to make themselves look presentable? For what? For whom? Like, Jordan Peterson, what he said is, when women put lipstick, put rouge, and put makeup, for what? Why? Why are you putting all that? Don't put heels, don't put a sexy dress. Just go typical, no? Why you want to show your curves and all that? Why? Why do we put on Instagram or Facebook? Why do we put these updates? It matters. Social validation matters. Who are we fooling ourselves? Then, see, here's what I want you to consider. You can convince yourself with statements to make you feel good. This is what I've seen with many people who like to deny facts. Like, how do they say? Through my exam. And again, I'm telling you, this is not you who's watching, it is many people over the years. How do people convince themselves, especially women? They say, I can't find someone who matches my intelligence. I'm up here. I can't find someone who matches my intelligence. Or I can't find someone who matches my personality. I'm so unique. So wow. Yeah, you're so wow. Only you have realized, nobody else realizes that. Or maybe 10 people in your circle realize that. That's it. Oh, and then sometimes people use these big words. My aura is so great. My essence, big, fantastic words. Then some other statements are like, I've evolved. I'm at a level. Oh, you're so high. Oh, what a level. Oh. Then some others say, Loy, I don't want someone who's insecure. I want someone who's mature like me, mature, or like cheese, like yogurt, like fermented stuff. And then, oh, people can't handle my greatness. That's the ultimate. My greatness, my cognitive abilities, my what is that term? My thought-provoking nature. Yeah, you can convince yourself, I'm up there. These people are down here. Who told you that? That is your evaluation of yourself. And then if you ask the rest of the world, they're nothing and nobody. And you'll say that doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter, because if you have to work in a society, in the corporate world, everyone's judging everyone. The corporate world, everyone does. Freelancer world, I can say I'm the greatest, the number one personal branding guy, but the whole market says, no, you're shit and crap. Where do you survive? Where do you sustain? Do you identify yourself as some Stanley Kubrick or Picasso? Oh, I'm like that. Nobody has realized my greatness. Well, all the best. Let's hope someone, gets convinced by that. Until then, you're just deluded. See, um, I always believe this simple thing. If you see anyone's resume, they are full of praises for themselves. They believe they are ultimate. If they're getting a salary that is here, not a single individual I met who says, from here, I deserve here. From here, they deserve here. They always believe they deserve more. That Dunning Kruger, what? I always get my Dunning Kruger effect. Okay, they always think they are smarter than what they are. Yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't want a higher salary? Who doesn't want someone better than them? A guy who is, let me tell you this, I even know, beautiful women, really beautiful women, successful, when they show me some of the DMs that they've received from ugly, 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 unsuccessful scum of the earth who are nothing and nobody, they will ask this girl, hey, babes, I've I've told you about this incident. A 45-year-old successful woman, ex-model. She told me this these boys who are just 18, who are working in a call center, don't even have money to buy just a open-ended cigarette from a shop in India. They are sending DMs to this female. Hey babes, would you like to meet up? Come on, man. See, people assume that they are great. Everyone does. So what makes you so different? I know what you'll say. Take it from me, I know. Roy, just because you have tattoos, you're not special. Just because you have a YouTube channel, you're not special. Just because you have what? You hardly have 50,000 followers. That also your videos get such measly, piddly views. You're 100% right. I've never said no to this. I am lucky, and I've told not only this on my channel, I've said it as a fact. I am just lucky. That's why there's only one Loy Machedo. There's only one. Anyone else try to tattoo himself and try to come to Thailand and start a YouTube, he would not succeed. Try to speak about Dubai, not work. I just got lucky. And I've not made any qualms about it. I've not made any claims that I'm just lucky. Some things help me connect. But you should also be the same, right? I understand that you're fighting against the entire world. These women who I spoke about, the female who was dedicated to her husband, but still her husband cheated. Is it her fault? No. Let's say a female who is at the highest level, C level, she is in her 40s, she cannot find her. She maybe doesn't have time to go searching. She maybe is not the type who will keep searching. Oh, hi, meet one guy today, tomorrow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe she doesn't have time. And I'm not saying that they are not genuinely telling the truth. But there are aspects you may not have considered. There are realities you may not have accepted. There is a certain truth that maybe you don't want to hear. Because we as emotional beings, our emotions play games. I'll tell you this. There are so many times I've wanted to tell a person, see, listen, you're a fucking idiot. But I just knew that if I tell them, it's no use. It's not going to help. It's not going to help me. It's not going to help them. They're not going to accept it. The relationship will spoil. So why to tell them? There are so many times where I wanted to tell a guy or a girl, listen, you're a fucking asshole. You're at fault. You are the issue. But by telling them this, it's like giving unsolicited advice when they didn't ask. And you know for a fact that there are some people, no matter what you tell them, they will not accept it. So why to spoil the relationship? Just keep quiet, no? Avoid the headache. Why take the headache? Look, you know this term cognitive dissonance, no? We we Google online, and if we read the information, we'll only cherry pick the part that appeals to us. It's like, for example, a Muslim who believes in Allah will only cherry pick those bits of information that say Islam is true, Allah is real, and miracles in Islam. Now let's turn the tide and give it to a Christian. A Christian will search for all that information which says Jesus is real, Christianity is true, miracles in Christianity. Hindu also same thing. And now what they will do is they will cherry pick. A Christian will pick up non-Christians. The miracles happen because of the devil, because it's not real. Same thing, if you look at it, even atheists, and atheism is not a religion, FYI. We tend to do the same thing, but the only difference is where science is wrong, they take evidence, and science is not afraid to say we are wrong. But where religion, emotions, feelings are concerned, they will only cherry pick what they want. That is where the problem of transgenderism is going on. They go as per feelings. Religion goes as per feelings. I felt the presence of God. I felt Jesus. How do you measure that? That is why when religious people say, Loy, how did you create something from nothing? I tell them, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. It sounds nonsensical, but I don't know. But have you ever met a religious person who will tell you, God, I don't know? They'll say no. Then your faith is weak. So the first one is people cherry pick what they like and they dismiss what they don't like. The second one is they have this belief system. This is what is the main problem today, especially with politics, Democrats versus Republicans, or BJP versus non-BJP, or Black Lives Matter, or whatever. They'll first choose a stance. Okay, they'll say, for example, Islam is real. And after they have established a stance, then they'll put the legs below the table to strengthen their stance. This is what the second problem. So if someone wants to say, Democrats are right, they will cherry pick all the reasons why Democrats are right and all the reasons why Republicans are wrong. And Republicans will also do the same thing. And then who's right? Who is wrong? Look, I'll just conclude by telling you this. When consider this example. When I think, for example, I was single and I used to tell all the benefits of being single. Hey, man, being single is the best. And I used to do that. Being single is who wants to have children, and it's a waste of life once you get married and have one Jaina. I used to say that. Finally, after this is my fourth marriage. Now I tell people, yeah, being single, you can't be single forever. You need a companion. Marriage changes you, makes you mature. Having a child is not only a responsibility, it changes you. So you see how my perspective has changed. And I say marriage, it's not that great, but it's good. It makes you fulfilled. Now just imagine, like my 3 marriages that failed, if this were to fail, how would my stance be? Maybe I would say, marriage is not for everyone, man. Children, major responsibility. Better than that, be a single. You see what I'm getting at? This is the problem with human beings. We'll tend to give the version of advice which is based on our experiences, emotions, and feelings. See, but at the same time, that does not mean what the person is saying is wrong. If I were to say Indians eat curried food, smelly curried food. Now, does that mean every Indian on the planet only eats Indian curried food? If I were to say Indians are conservative and religious, does it mean every Indian is religious and conservative? If I say Westerners are normally, they like to lie down in the sun and have a tan, Russians and all that. So does it mean every Russian on this planet wants to lie down on the beach and get a tan? See, there's a certain amount of truth, the majority. The majority. You may be one of the minority, but you still have, certain traits and mannerisms that overlap. We tend to cherry pick what we want and we ignore the rest. That's the major issue. So, in response to the backlash, all I want to say is it's very simple. You ask yourself, why? Simple. Ask yourself, why did my opinion ring a bell? You'll give a lot of reasons. Oh, yeah, because I felt, you're my friend, or I felt I watch your channel, or I wanted to tell you, no, you're wrong. Whatever the case, I can assure you this much. If the topic rang a bell, there is an issue that you're trying to run away from. If not, it wouldn't bother you. That's number one. Second one is, I speak on a lot of general topics. Why did this topic, just hit you in the head? And last but not the least, like I tell people, who are you trying to convince? The world or yourself? Because at the end of the day, like I told you, everyone has an opinion. Whether it matters or doesn't matter, in the end, you have to ask yourself, are you truly happy or trying to convince yourself that you're happy? If you're absolutely happy, I can assure you this, you wouldn't have even bothered about the video. It wouldn't have even crossed your mind. But if you're not truly happy, then it bothers you up here and here. The reason I made this video is because there were quite a number of people and I didn't want to repeat this with everyone. So I thought I'd make a video. Good, bad, ugly, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And like I said, this video is not specifically about you. You might feel it's about you, but it's on a general topic which identifies an issue, a problem that there is. And if you are able to watch the video, and that means it does concern you a little bit. Anyway, good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.